Welcome everybody, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be beginning a Let's Play of Icewind Dale. This game has been requested quite a few times throughout my Baldur's Gate 2 and even Planescape Torment playthroughs, and I think even once in Undertale for that matter, but it is finally time. We are going to be doing Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition. This game, much like Baldur's Gate, or Pillars of Eternity, was built in the Infinity Engine. It uses the Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition rule set with a few 3rd edition things thrown in just for the hell of it, and it is an isometric top-down RPG. So, we're going to get started right away here. We're going to be doing the Icewind Dale. We are also going to be doing Heart of Winter afterwards. So, let's begin.
They say that history is the greatest of all teachers, and the tales of past deeds define who we are in the present, and what we shall be in the future. It is said that such tales shall, with each telling, illuminate us all with the light of truth. I shall tell you of such a tale. It is a tale quite familiar to me, for I have spent nearly a lifetime piecing it together and chronicling it here within this book. For years I have pondered its passages, studying every line, committing each word to memory. Perhaps now, in the telling of it, I shall at last find the answers I seek. Our story takes place in the northern region of Faerun, known as Icewind Dale. It is a harsh, frozen land, cut off from the rest of the world by a wall of jagged peaks called the Spine of the World. For centuries, the icy plains of the Dale have been home to the barbarian peoples of the Uthgard and Regedman. Huddled together in small, closely knit tribes, the barbarians lived simple lives, free, proud, and fiercely independent. Until the day an archmage named Erakan came to Icewind Dale. With an army of mercenaries, Erakan sought to conquer the north and force the fierce barbarians into slavery. Long weeks of battle followed, and the scattered barbarian tribes suffered terrible losses. Defeat seemed inevitable. In their darkest hour, a barbarian shaman named Jared came forth and demanded a council between all the remaining tribes of the north. A respected warrior, Jared persuaded the council to put aside their differences and unite against Erakan. Strengthened by a new sense of purpose, the barbarians rallied behind their new leader. The combined might of the Northmen proved more than a match for Erakan, who had counted on the division of the tribes. Wave after wave of barbarian warriors tore into Erakan's hired army, forcing them on the defensive and ultimately into full retreat. As his army crumbled around him, Erakan had time for one last desperate act before his enemies descended upon him. Drawing upon his remaining power, the Archmage breached the planar boundaries, tearing open a portal to the lower planes. The foolish Archmage's cries of victory immediately turned to shrieks of terror as the hideous and twisted shapes of demonkind materialized from the portal and poured onto the battlefield. The sudden appearance of the demons drove the combatants, barbarian and mercenary alike, to turn to meet the new threat side by side. The remaining warriors bravely charged the portal to drive the hellspawn back and were slaughtered by the hundreds. As his people fell around him, the barbarian shaman, Jared, looked up from the blood-drenched snow of the battlefield and caught sight of a lone figure high upon a ridge in the distance. Jared immediately recognized this vision as an omen from his god Tempus, and in that instant, he knew what had to be done. Shouting cries to his god, he charged through the ranks of the demons and plunged into the portal. As Jared's blood fused with the energies of the portal, an explosion of white light engulfed the battlefield. When the light subsided, the demons were gone, and the portal was closed. In its place hovered a disk of solid stone. Frozen within the center of the disk was Jared's body, locked in his final moment of agony, in his final moment of triumph, for all eternity. But that is not the end of our tale. It is but the beginning.
Alright, so first up we're going to turn down the volume just a teensy bit. It was a little bit loud. That sounds about right. Okay, so we are going to get started here. I did pre-roll characters because I wanted to get good stats, and that took a little while to do. So we're going to go new game. We're going to delete all the pre-made characters because they're all not what I want. And so I've made them all. I'll show you them all in turn, I guess. So we have Eltimar, who is a... Oh, I can't just... Okay. I'll show it to you on this little screen thing here then. Okay, so we have our standard character, Eltimar, wherever he is. He is a half-orc fighter, strength 19, dexterity 18, constitution 19, intelligence and wisdom 5, and charisma 18. He uses long swords and dual wields, I believe, if I can remember correctly, because I made these a couple days ago in preparation for this upcoming video. The next person we have in our group is Silane. She's our other fighter, strength 18-91, so she's in the 91st percentile of strength 18 fighters. Dexterity 18, constitution 18, intelligence wisdom 3, charisma 16. Intelligence and wisdom are basically dump stats for this game. They are not important and they will not serve any purpose for her. I put her in the wrong place. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyways, next person is going to be our cleric, who is somewhere. Aha! Alyra, Priest of Lathander. This is going to be a good group, by the way. This is the first group I've made that's actually good intrinsically. They're all lawful good, except for one who I think is neutral good. Strength 17, Dexterity 18, Constitution 18, Intelligence 3, Wisdom 18, Charisma 18. The important thing to note is that Wisdom does give bonus spells for clerics, but not for any other class, I think. I don't think mages or sorcerers get extra spells for their particular primary stat. So next up is going to be a Sharon-set. He's our Dragon Disciple, lawful good as well. Strength 18, Dexterity 18, Constitution 18, Intelligence 4, Wisdom 10, Charisma 18, even though it doesn't really matter, but there we go. And then we have Elaine Swift Shadow. She's our Shadow Dancer, which is a subcategory of Rogue. Makes them stealthier, basically. But they can do less traps, and they get less backstab ability, I think. So, that's her. And our final character is our archer named Edgar, and he is strength 18-93, 18 dexterity, 18 constitution, 3 intelligence, which is awesome, and 18 wisdom and 4 charisma. So that is our group. I'll show you a little.
Our tale begins here, in the quiet fishing village of East Haven, one of the so-called 10 towns of Icewind Dale. The tiny community is hardly a town, but rather a collection of ramshackle huts crowded together upon the icy shores of Lech Dineshire. Here, within a dimly lit tavern, a group of travelers sit huddled around a table, swapping tales and making grand plans for the future, completely unaware of the part they are to play in the events that are about to unfold.
Alright, so a few quick things before we jump right into the game. Unlike Baldur's Gate 2, or Baldur's Gate 1 for that matter, this particular module for the Infinity Engine is not as roleplay intensive. It is much more of a dungeon crawler. But it does have a story, and it does have characters to talk to, and I will be voicing them like I did for Baldur's Gate 2 and 1, and all the games I do, actually. So that will be just like normal. Video length, again, is going to be about half an hour per video, and we're going to try and get through this game.
What's this? New face in town, eh? Well met, stranger. The name is Hrothgar, originally of Hillsfar. But now, after years of traveling up, down, and under Faerun, I am content to call this town my home. Who might you be?
Greetings, Hrothgar. My name is Eltimar.
Well then, welcome to Easthaven. Whatever your business in these parts might be, I would offer you this small piece of advice. While you're in my town, you do well to be on your best behavior.
Yes, sir.
These folk are under my protection, and anyone who would seek to do harm to them in any way shall answer to me.
Okay.
That said, I'll let you get back to your cups. I'm sure you've had a long journey, and you'll find there's no better way to shake off the cold of the road than by downing a few mugs of Grisella's best. And if you're in need of lodging, I would recommend talking to Quimby over at the Snowdrift Inn over on the east side of town. Equipment and supplies can be purchased next door at Pomab's Emporium. Pomab's prices are a bit high, even for a Kalashite. But you'd be better off well-equipped and short of coin than the other way around. Ill-prepared travelers don't last long in these parts. Once you've had a chance to rest up and get your bearings, come by and see me at my house. It's just a couple doors west of here. There's some business I would discuss with you. Farewell.
Farewell, Hrothgar.
Ready, understood.
Alright, so we have our little group here.
Here.
Let's take a quick look at our characters. We already went over most of the stats, but I just want to show you guys their specializations and stuff. So, he has longsword and 2 weapon style, so he uses a longsword in each hand. We'll set that up shortly. She is bastard sword, also 2 weapon style. We have warhammer, sword and shield for our cleric. We have slings for our dear dragon disciple, who will eventually be making a transition into some sort of pseudo melee type hybrid. Maybe, we'll see how it goes. Short sword and short bow for our rogue, and longbow for our archer, but he can also use 2 weapon style for being a ranger, and also a little bit short bow as well, because we had an extra point and we needed it to be spent. So that's where we're at. Clerics level up pretty fast comparatively, so we need 2,000 experience for our fighters, 1,500 for our cleric, 2,500 for our dragon disciple, 1,250 for our rogue, and 2,250 for our ranger.
Orders?
We are going to quickly go buy some... Actually, you know what?
I'll handle it.
We can do this right now. Wait. Oh, you're going all the way over there. Gotcha. Hello there, dearie. Welcome to the Winter's Cradle Tavern. My name's Grisella, and I own and operate this fine establishment. What can I get for you? Well, how about a drink? A drink? Of course, dearie. After all, this is a tavern. Plenty to drink here. Yes, indeed. Yes. Well, you see, I'm in a bit of a bond right now. Just run out of everything. Got nothing to offer you in the way of drinking at the moment. You've run out of everything? Well, the tavern hasn't run completely dry. I do have some stock down in the cellar, but... But what? This is rather embarrassing. But I'm having so much of a pest problem down in that dirty old cellar. I'm afraid to go down there. I do so hate bugs. Just the thought of those nasty creepies and crawlies sends shivers down my spine. I see. Is there anything I can do to help? That's awfully sweet of you, dearie, but I don't expect you to go to any trouble on my account. I'm sure I'll think of something. Have no fear, madame. I shall see to it that the pests down there below trouble you no more. Wonderful. Those stairs to the cellar are in the back room. Now you be careful down there, dearie, and don't let any of those little buggers creep back up here, alright?
I'm
Let's
listening.
quick save. Oh, good.
I'll handle
Quick
it.
saves are instant in this game. I wonder if we can fight bugs without any
Ready.
equipment. Moment of truth, we'll find out pretty fast
May I
here.
help? Of course.
Oops. Damn it. Already misclicking all over the place.
How may I best serve?
What a
Here I
nightmare.
come,
As painless
and
as
the
possible.
hells come with me.
We'll get 3 of them on that bug.
Don't know how far I
Oh,
can
God.
last. Yes, I can do it.
Retreat!
Here.
I must insist on receiving some aid.
You know, we could actually equip quarterstaffs and do this better. Also, this is on the hardest difficulty. I just did that for funsies. We're gonna need to rest after the first quest of the game. That's something, alright. Okay,
Orders?
go kill that.
I will assist you.
Go
in
kill
any
that, it's
way
unconscious. You're fine. Who got hit? You are not fine.
Do so.
Yeah, agreed.
I
This time, actions must speak louder than words.
There we go, 1's dead, 2 dead.
May I help?
Go help with that one.
ready.
There.
Listening. Understood.
Wooden casks of strong-smelling brews have been stacked in the corner. What's the, what would it be under? What's Heart of Fury mode? Makes all monsters incredibly powerful. They take and deal a lot more damage, giving a lot of experience when killed. Recommended, only enabled for use with high-level parties. Turning on Heart of Fury mode will automatically deactivate story mode. Well, we don't have a high-level party yet, so...
Ready. Done.
Level 13 plus party. So when we hit level 13, we will switch to
Done.
that mode in question. I beat up your bugs for you. I almost died for it. Oh, I've been spoiled a little bit by Pillars of Eternity pathing. I've noticed it already. Any luck getting rid of those nasty bugs, dearie? My customers are getting pretty thirsty. It is done. Those bugs won't be troubling you anymore. Thank you, dearie. You're a lifesaver. Just do me one more favor. Keep this little bug problem between you and I. I don't want folks thinking Versailles' place isn't clean. Run along now. 5
Done.
whole gold, guys. Oh, what the hell? Oh, we actually have to... We're playing in a windowed mode because the full screen mode doesn't work properly on my computer. I don't know why, and I didn't want to go troubleshooting. This works just fine, except that I can't screen scroll. It just goes right off the edge. So, we're gonna go rest first before doing anything else because we took a little bit of a pounding. Where is the inn? Oh, damn it! This is gonna take some getting used to, and possibly remapping a WASD somehow. Wait a minute. The tavern's over on that side. I'm pretty sure. I just want to check something here. Difficulties all the way on, blah blah blah, feedback. Huh. Graphics? Gameplay? No. Usually maps have little things that tell you what things are, but I guess not so much in this one. Snowdrift Inn, that's where we want to go. We're gonna rest. Actually, can we rest outside? Is that allowed? You may not rest here. Alright. I should have known that, but it's worth a check. Greetings, traveler. The name's Quimby, and I welcome you to my inn. Well met, Quimby. You seem rather enthusiastic. Ah, enthusiastic, yes. It is rare that I get any travelers at this time of year. Thus, I want all of my guests to feel welcome. Ha ha! Oh, okay. How about a room there, Quimby? Thank you, Quimby. We'll spend 3 of our 5 gold resting. Now we're feeling a lot better.
Orders.
Good.
I'm on it.
Okay.
Agreed.
Now we're going to go to Punab's shop and go pick up some actual gear. We are not going to have enough to equip everybody with all their best items. We're going to do our fighters primarily first because they are going to be in the front line, and then everyone else is going to get gear as they can. Everyone will get weapons,
I'll
but
handle it.
in terms of armor and stuff, it's going to be fighter priority. What's this? More barbarians coming to my shop. No doubt with nothing to barter with but more than a wolf pelts and polished stones. Well, let's get this over with. What do you want? Barbarians? I think you're mistaken, friend. Am I now? I don't think so. All of you Northmen are the same to me, smelly and barbaric. Right. I'd just like to see what you have to say for sale. And I would like to see some coin before I go to the trouble of showing you my wares. I have no patience for those who are just browsing. There is no need to be rude, sir. I assure you I intend to buy. Now may I see your wares? How dare you speak to me in such a manner? Do you know who I am? I don't care who you are. I just want to buy something. I'm Homab Akazmir, royal diplomat, envoy of Kalimshan, and appointed overseer of the northern caravan routes. Oh, I see. Your appearance as a lowly shopkeeper is just as... No, I'm not going to say that. Forgive me, your lordship. I had no idea. Yes, well, where I am from, one would normally be beaten for such insolence. Be thankful that I am a merciful man now. What can I do for you? Tell me what you have on sale. That's all I wanted to start with. Okay, so we need 2 long swords. And we need 2... Well, we need 2 bastard swords, but we have 1 bastard sword so far. That's 69 gold. We need a longbow. If I were a longbow, these count as longbows, right? A that's expensive. We'll wait to see how much money we have after buying armor and stuff before we go spending all of our money. Splint mail is armor class 4 and armor class 5 for chainmail. So we need at least 2 splint mails. We'll grab 1 warhammer. I think we need 1 warhammer. We need 1 shield. A medium shield will a large shield will suffice. Helmets are worthless, kind of, to some extent. We need a composite longbow now. What else do we have? We need a short bow. We're going to need more arrows. I forgot my rogue needs more arrows than that. Oh. And, okay, so our dragon disciple needs a sling, right? I thought we were done shopping, but we are not. Okay. We'll equip that for now, and then we'll see how much money we have left over to buy more junk with. And I'm going to do a really quick rundown on how THACO works, or 2-hit armor class 0, for those of you who don't know. Those are my attack rolls. Oh god, why? I'll also explain how attack rolls work in a minute here. I don't think quarterstaffs are even worth selling in this game, if I can recall correctly. Where did all my other items go? Like all my bullets and stuff. I guess we didn't actually buy them, or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out in a second. And a warhammer for her. Oh god, this is gonna be bad. Does she use warhammers? Yeah, that's what I got for her. Okay, good. Short bow goes to you, short stuff, and composite longbow to you, tall, dark, and brooding. Okay. That wasn't the right person. That would be our lovely, tall, dark, and brooding sorcerer off class. Oh, I see. The arrows all jumped up. You can stack 80 of them at once. That is super nice. Okay, so we're going to buy more arrows for our rogue. The thing we will run out the most in this game is all of the projectile weapons. They will run out so fast all the time. Oh, good enough. And we need bullets. Did I actually get bullets that time? Super. Alright. And now we have $104, which is perfect, because we need 1 more splint mail.
I'm listening.
For our cleric. Now, you'll notice that her armor class is -1 currently, and some of you might be wondering, how the hell is she going to survive with a -1 armor class, because that sounds really bad. But what you have to realize is that this system uses a 2-hit armor class 0, or THACO. It used to be called back in the day, or THAC 0 if you really wanted to be up in arms about it, which is a way of rolling. So, for example, I'll just give you a solid example. So her, and this is Silane, our fighter, her 2-hit armor class 0 is 17. Now her armor class is 0. So if she were to roll a 1d20, which is the hit dice in Dungeons & Dragons 2nd and 3rd and 4th edition, she would need to roll a 17 or above to hit herself. Now, if we were to look at a different character, we're going to keep this 17 THAC 0, and we're going to look at this character instead. He has a 5 armor class. What that means is that her THAC 0 of 17 needs 5 less to hit the 5 armor class. So the actual formula to hit somebody is the required roll has to be equal to or greater than the THAC 0 minus the armor class value. So throwing this into the formula, 17 minus 5 is 12. So a 12 or greater will hit this character. Now, alternatively, at -1 armor class, using this same character, the 17 THAC 0, it would be 17 minus -1, which means she would need an 18 or above to hit her, to hit our cleric. So I hope that it really kind of gives you a brief understanding on how THAC 0 works. The formula is just necessary roll has to be greater than or equal to your THAC 0 value minus the armor class of the other person. That's basically what it, it breaks down to. So, all right, we are almost at half an hour, so I think we're going to end our first video here. We got equipped, we did a little bit of fighting, and in the next video we're going to explore the town in detail and get some of the little side quests in this area out of the way, and then we're going to head off into the main game itself. So, like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video for some more Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition. Take care, guys.